This is a preamble to the video I'm going to attach. I screen captured a video of Kevin Annett interviewing Native Aboriginal people who firsthand experienced the atrocities committed, the genocide, the Native American genocide committed by church and state, that Kevin Annett. Now people are commenting and trying to disparage Kevin Annett, like Alfred Weber disparaging Kevin Annett. I'm a painter. I make paintings. You see me in my studio. I'm in my environment. I'm not just spouting off on YouTube like anybody that can come with no name on YouTube, spouting off, creating fictitious accusations, making accusations with no substance. You see me. I'm a person in front of you. Yeah, it's a little dark, but it's me. So I am a real person on the goddamn internet. Now, what I'm trying to say, I mean, I was almost in tears. And while I was in tears, I'm listening. I'm going to attach, I screen captured the documentation that Annett has produced about the American Native genocide that was committed. The last residential school in Canada was closed down in 1992. We're talking about history that just happened. It's not something that you can say in 1820 or in 1530 or 323, the Council of Trent or the Council of Nicaea or whatever. That crap, that bullshit, that's all hearsay. This is real history. People witnessed this. This is witness. This is not just me going off on YouTube or Kevin Annett going off on YouTube. And then you have the Webers, the Levermont Webers, and the detractors from this person trying to disparage. And I am so angry. I'm so livid about the way this is being conducted, this campaign to destroy this man. And I'm going to attach, I screen captured his interview with Native people, Aboriginal people, who talk about the fact that the children were murdered, eyewitnesses. Now people, I don't, come on, please, you can kick the shit out of me to whatever extent you want. I will continue to do my work because I am so committed to attempting to do, I want to do the right thing. The way everybody should just get off their fucking ass and begin to do the right thing. And what is more important than protect the people, the children, the people who are vulnerable, the bullies, these pricks, these sissies in dresses, the governments, these people that are actually entrusted with protecting the vulnerable, and they don't do it. And they don't do it. In fact, they do the opposite. And I don't understand. And I'm like in tears. I'm watching this. And the Kevin Annett story, the way it's being perpetrated and unfolding, I'm just gonna, honestly, I don't know what to say. It's almost like I'm incapable of rationally putting the defense for this person. I don't know what to say. People, just watch this footage. What's your problem, Levermont Weber? What the hell is going through your mind? It's like, our fight against Fukushima and the infighting and the people. Oh, I have this opinion. I have that opinion. I feel this way. I feel that way. Oh, that's a fraud. That's a scammer. That's a shithead. We're not talking about fucking Jimmy Swaggart or Jim Baker and Tammy Baker trying to abscond with a bunch of goddamn money. We are in the fight for our lives. And this is what's happening. This is the footage that confirms that Annett is on the goddamn level. He's trying to expose the perpetrators, and the Native community, the people that he has interviewed, say, we trust you. We trust you. And as long as you are fighting on our behalf, we trust you. You can stay in our community. And it's the same with Fukushima. It's like the genocide, the nuclear genocide that started in 1938, what I call the Third World War started in 1938 when they invented plutonium-94. Pu-94 was invented in 1938. And then you have all the thousands of exotic elements that come out of that discovery, out of that invention. You have all these toxic materials released into the environment. I'm not even talking about chemical. I'm not talking chemical. I'm talking about the epitome of destruction, which is the nuclear destruction, and it's represented by this advocacy that Kevin Annett has. What he is attempting to do, he's trying what I call the a priori, that people hate children. What can I say? When people murder children, these Native American, Native Canadians are talking about the fact that they witnessed the murder of these children. And there's arguments. Oh yeah, all these little pundits coming out and saying, oh, you're full of shit and Kevin Annett is a fraud and this and that. Well, what the hell are you doing? You assholes, what are you doing? What you are the lowest of the low to disparage someone who is actually attempting to set things right, to make sure this does not happen. This does not happen in the present. Children are being abducted and they are being abused. And Kevin Annett is somebody who's saying we need to stop. We have to stop. And the perpetrators, the church and the state that is actually perpetrating this needs to be stopped. How can you actually disparage a person like that? I don't understand. I'm listening to this. I was in tears. Anyway, I'll put this.
My name is Cheryl Squire. I'm a Mohawk and I'm from the Turtle Clan. I just want to talk a little bit about what happened here and how this all got going and why Kevin was asked to come and help us. People are suffering and living in poverty, and I'm well aware of this because I've been working at the Children's Aid Society for the past 15 years. I see all the effects of the residential schools and how it filters like from one generation to another. And there's a lot of other things that are intertwined with this. We asked Kevin to come and help us because he's known to us because of everything he's done for our people. He's been into this for 18 years. I've read his books, I've watched the documentaries that he's made, and Kevin knows a lot about all the abuse that our people have suffered because of the government and the churches. We have proof that we've always heard that they killed a lot of our children here, and we have proof that they have done it. So we know it has to be done properly, so we'll be bringing in trained archaeologists to do more investigating, and I just think that people that did this should be brought to justice.
So we're talking the Anglican Church and the government?
Yes, right. The churches and the government.
Why do you think they're sitting on the evidence? I know the Anglican Church has boxes of documents about the mushroom they won't release.
Because they don't want our people to know everything they did to us and all the abuse that they've inflicted on us over the years. So, and they're also trying to stop yourself from letting people know that, you know, what they've done to us. It's just insane. Like, you don't murder children and get away with it. And I work every day to protect children, and it just really bothers me that so many of our children have been killed. And nothing's ever been done about it. Like, you read about it, and there's information on it all over the place, but nothing's ever been done about it. So why should these people, the churches and the government and Indian Affairs, were all in on this as well, why should they get away with killing our children? It's just not right. and something needs to be done about it.
Is that okay if I show this, like, you want this message to get out to the world, so is it okay if I show this?
Yes, I do. I want the world to know, like, well, what they've done to us, and they're still doing it. I want to see Canada charged with genocide.
Here to Grand River Territory in support of the Nicaragua people here, along with our good friend Kevin and Annett, Hogwarts, who won at Suts Day. As the work that they're doing to reveal the truth about what happened to the 4 children at the Mohawk Institute Residential School. We see that Kevin Annett is working really closely with the people here, as we have with Kevin in the past. We trust you. We come here in solidarity with you and offer our protection and our support through this process. And so long as you're on the path of righteousness to expose the truth and to maintain a balance of our original treaty, our peace treaty, the two-world wampum. So we support that your initiative with the International Tribunal into church and state. Anything that you can do to help expose the truth in a peaceful manner, that we will support you on your path. We also offer our support as well if you need us. Our physical support here, wherever we can get to help you. You just let us know and we'll come to you. And you always have a place to stay if you're ever in our territory in Bonawage. You're welcome to stay with us in our home.
I would have loved to have seen the perpetrators severely punished for all of this. And I would, the greatest thing I would want to see is the Church of England get barred from practicing in Canada. That, to me, would be what I would love to see.
Why do you think the churches are not being held accountable right now for this?
Because they're all part of the system. They're all in it together, and the government will cover up for them. They'll cover up with the government.
What do you think of the TRC? The Truth and Reconciliation Commission?
It's a bunch of nonsense. The people that perpetrated all of this all go scot-free, and few of our people might tell their story, but what the hell for?
What are you trying to do? Are you with your case? What are you trying to do with it?
Well, I want the story to come out. I want the world to know what has happened to the kids here. The fact that thousands upon thousands were killed here. It was a Holocaust for our people, our kids, and then have to suffer now through the fact that most of those little kids they killed off, nobody knows who they were, where they're buried, what home. So I don't know how we're going to deal with that, but we have to deal with that. And I think we will, but that's difficult.
So what do you think of the digs that have been started on the Mohawk land near the Mushwell?
I think it's an excellent start. This Holocaust perpetrated by Canada has to come out. Our people have to, everyone around the world has to know what's happened here too.
Thank you. Do you have your permission to show this to us?
Sure do.
Thank you. Could you say your name again and where
Del
you're from?
Riley.
And your nation and
A member of the Anishinaabe located at Chippewa near the camps in London.
He told, he said, you know what happened to all of those kids that were there at the Mushwell? He said, do you remember that? And I said, yeah. I said, our dorm was just full of girls. And he said, yeah, so was ours full of boys. And he said, did you do you know what happened to them? And I said, no. And he said, they called in the army and they took them to the army base and they shot them. They stood them all along this big hole and they shot them, and when the bullets hit them, they fell into the hole. And he said when they were all done, he said those that hadn't fallen into the hole, some of them were still alive. He said some of them were still alive in the hole. And he said they came along. I want to say a bulldozer. That's what comes to my mind, but I'm not really sure that my brother had said a bulldozer. They came along with a big machine anyway, and they shoved them all in that big hole and covered it.
And I was going to ask you, is it okay if we show this film to other people for them to look at?
Sure.
Is it all right? You give permission?